and welcome to your next bonus video. I'm going to be showing you how to make a fermented cheese. In week 1 you learned how to make a raw cheese, and that's fantastic, but if you add the extra element to it, which is fermenting, it ends up being so much more tasty and so much more closer to an actual cheese. So obviously those of you that are cheese lovers, this is going to be a great thing for you, and there's lots of amazing flavourings you can do just like cheese as well. Fermenting foods is so great for the digestive system. It increases the really good flora in the body. Basically today I'm going to use macadamia because I'm going to make a goat's cheese. Macadamia nuts are the best nuts to use for goat's cheese. Any other type of cheese you can use, cashews, you can use a mix, Brazil nuts, anything you like. Cashews are a very great place to start, but as we're going to make a goat's cheese that we roll up today, I'm going to do that. So basically I've been soaking some macadamias just for a couple of hours. You don't have to soak them for that long, really an hour is fine, but 1 to 2 hours. And then I'm going to throw them in the Vitamix. Now this is a high-speed blender. If you're wanting to make the cheese, it will be a lot easier if you do have a high-speed blender because you're going to be able to make it smooth. Otherwise you're going to end up with quite a chunky cheese, which won't be as great, but it's still going to have the lovely flavours anyway. So in goes the 2 cups of macadamia nuts, and then with that I'm just going to blend it with a little bit of water. You don't want too much because you don't want it to actually get too wet. But just about 1/4 cup, and if you need to add more, it's very weather dependent, so you will have to adjust it according to the weather. So we basically just put this on and turn it on. It's very noisy. Okay, so now that we've blended, you'll see the consistency. It's a little bit, you see it's quite like cheese. And what we're going to be doing now is adding probiotics. The reason we don't add the probiotics with it is because probiotics, if they get heated, then they end up being spoiled and they don't do their job. So now these are practitioner products, so you don't need to worry about this. If you just go to your general chemist or a health food store, the Inner Health Plus is one of the best ones you can buy. Buy the powder. You can buy capsules, which these are, but the powder's easier. There's a dairy-free one for those of you that are vegan, and then there's one that's made from dairy. So either way, they both work really well. So use 1/2 teaspoon of probiotics, or if you've got only the capsules, you use 1 to 2 capsules, and then you're just going to put that in. And then you're just going to reblend very quickly, just to make sure it moves through, but not to get it too hot. Okay, from there, we just get a bowl. And I have some muslin. This is just muslin you can buy at a chef shop, or you can buy at Spotlight. Now you'd cut it to size obviously, but I'm not going to bother today. So you just pop that over the bowl, and then you're going to basically scoop out all of this cheese and put it inside. Obviously I'm not going to do it all, you don't need to see me doing all of it, but pretty much that's what you're ending up doing. And you can see it's got a little bit the consistency of goat's cheese in colour. So once that's all mixed in, then all you simply do is wrap it up, and then you're going to roll it so that any excess moisture, and you sit that on your bench for 2 days. And you'll know that it starts to ferment because it'll actually start to smell like cheese. No longer than 2 days ever, otherwise you will start to increase the mold, which we don't want. So you'll start to see how it's forming a bit of a crust. I would probably want to leave this 1 more day to ferment, but generally it's okay. 1 to 2 days is fine, but you want a bit more of a crust on it. This has only been doing it for 1 day. So there's your crust there. That's the indicator that's actually working and starting to ferment. Now all you need to do now is transfer this to another bowl. You're just going to mix up some nutritional yeast. This is not baker's yeast, very different. Nutritional yeast is made from B vitamins. It's a plant-based product. So B vitamins are great for your stress. They're a precursor for neurotransmitter production. So we put them in because it creates more of a cheesy flavor. And then I've got some sea salt. So I've got 2 teaspoons of nutritional yeast, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and then I'm going to use 1 to 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And I'm just pretty much going to mix that all in together. And then blend it all through with a spoon. So you just mix it all up again. Now, as you can see, because this is only fermented for 1 day, not 2, it's still not as hard as generally it would be had I fermented it for 1 more day. So you will find that you're actually mixing the crust through when you do it yourself. And then you add any flavorings that you're wanting to add. So we're going to be adding some chives and some parsley. You can add whatever you like. Sometimes I'll add sumac, sometimes I'll add paprika, sometimes I'll add black pepper, whatever you choose. But this is a cheese and chives, so clearly we're just going to add that in, however much you want. Mix it up. Now, if you've got a dehydrator, you can actually put this in a mold and then dehydrate it, and it actually forms even more of a rind. We're not going to do that today. We're just going to show you how to roll it up. So we just put a whole bunch on some baking paper. Won't do too much, I'll do through part of it. And then you pretty much get it and roll. And you make it as smooth as you can as you roll. Just get it as much as you can, like a little bit of log. And then you stick it in the fridge, and that will completely go quite hard on the outside, like you first saw the rind starting to appear. And then whenever you want it, you just unroll it and then slice it up and put it in your salad. And there will be a salad during the week in week 4 where you get to use that. So probably a good idea to make it on the weekend. Enjoy. Happy cheese making.